I think it's pretty safe to say that the future of the Star Wars franchise seems to be quite expansive, not just with their books, novels, comics, and video games, but also their new live-action Star Wars TV series, their animated Star Wars TV shows, and let's not forget about their new Star Wars trilogy, also known as the fourth Star Wars trilogy of movies by Disney and Lucasfilm. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, the one thing by Disney and Lucasfilm is that we do know that they are trying their absolute best to bring Star Wars in a more positive direction, to really make it up to the Star Wars fans who are very upset about the sequel trilogy movies, such as The Last Jedi and specifically The Rise of Skywalker. There's no doubt about it that a lot of fans out there were very much, unhappy about what happened with episodes 8 and 9 specifically for the most part. Some out there had issues with episode 7, but it was pretty much an entertaining movie at heart that opened the gateway to possibilities for the next two installments at the time. Now, here we are in the middle of 2020, beyond the middle I should add, and we're getting closer to next year of 2021, which is when this new Star Wars universe is really going to blossom. This is where a lot of the new TV shows are going to start coming into play, like The Bad Batch, and then in 22 we got the Kenobi TV series, we've got the Ahsoka Tano TV show currently in the works. That's just to name a few. That's just the tip of the iceberg of what's to come on Disney+. And what's really exciting overall about the new Star Wars trilogy of movies is that they are looking to hire experienced writers and/or directors to come on board, as well as A-list actors and/or actresses to portray these new characters in the new Star Wars films. So what's really exciting, of course, is that now that both Disney and Lucasfilm are finished with The Rise of Skywalker, they are primarily focused on their new Star Wars trilogy of films, as well as their new Star Wars universe. It's explained that currently both Bob Iger and Bob Chapek are developing ways to reunite the Star Wars fandom around the world, where one project that they are fully invested in is with the new Star Wars trilogy that will deliver a brand new mythology to Star Wars fans. Now, it's noted that Disney is negotiating on using the Roman numeral format for the new Star Wars films by labeling them Star Wars Episodes 10, 11, and 12. Now, it's noted that behind the scenes, Kevin Feige of the Marvel Cinematic Universe has been in the talks with many A-list actors to become a part of the new Star Wars universe, including Leonardo DiCaprio, Keanu Reeves, and even Jennifer Connelly, and more. However, recently, it's noted that Bob Chapek, the Disney CEO, met up and had conversations with actress Gal Gadot to become a part of the new Star Wars movies as a big role in the new mythology of the franchise. Disney is described to have been very impressed with her work in the two Wonder Woman films, and are looking to fulfill a powerful female character in the new trilogy. Now, let me stop right here for a second, because if you guys go ahead and check out the Wonder Woman film and what the actual trailers consist of for Wonder Woman 1984, I think that Gal did an excellent job so far. She really does have a lot of potential. Her work with Justice League, pretty, solid, at least in my opinion. And everything related to what they are trying to push with the DC Universe. She is probably by far one of the best actresses on board for the DC Universe. There's no doubt about it in my mind, at least. So having her involved with this new Star Wars universe, I think, is a good move by Disney. The fact that they are in the process of getting her on board and negotiating of getting Gal to become one of the new Star Wars either villains or heroes, a big role in this new series. Now, it's noted that Chapek and Iger, of course, they are actually to make sure that will be using a handful of well-known actors that are A-list stars for their new Star Wars films with a batch of unknowns to support the A-list actors in the new Star Wars stories to be told in the near future. Now, it's described that George Lucas will have the power over the decisions of who will be cast for some of the characters in this new universe. Gal Gadot is aimed to portray a character based on a popular Star Wars Legends character that will be reformed into one of the new Star Wars films in this new trilogy, including the first one for starters that is dubbed as Star Wars X, meaning Star Wars Episode 10 in a sense, since they are reaching to use the Roman numeral format in the new Star Wars trilogy of movies. So once again here, guys, like I say, they actually are aiming for Gal Gadot to be based off of a Star Wars Legends character that George Lucas created in a more reformed way. Now, Legends really is going to make a big comeback with the new movies, and that's a great, thing for Disney to really pursue and to really accomplish, successfully, hopefully. It really does make one wonder, who are they actually interested in becoming a big part of the new movies that Gal Gadot is aimed to portray in order to really make Star Wars succeed? It really does, make you wonder, because there's a lot of options out there. There's a lot of possibilities of who Gal could very well be portraying in the new films. Again, she's been wildly successful with the Wonder Woman movies, with the Justice League films so far, and we're going to see more of her in the Snyder Cut coming out next year on HBO Max, so looking forward to that as well. Now, of course, not just that, but also it's described that they plan to begin early production on the first Star Wars film of the new trilogy in early 2021, since Gal Gadot is set to act alongside actress Jennifer Connelly in the new Star Wars movies as a pair, and could very well hint or give us a little bit of an idea that they will be working as allies in these new Star Wars films, either as heroes or villains, and Disney and Lucasfilm is actually really embraced with that. Now, it's described that the new films will be deeply modeled by Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones in order to create a darker set of Star Wars movies in the new trilogy to satisfy the fans around the world. This major change is described to gravitate toward the hardcore fans who really enjoyed Star Wars Legends back in the 1990s and the early 2000s. The new films will also tap into the worlds between worlds that will involve the use of time travel in the new Star Wars movies to arrive, and that Dave Filoni will be calling the shots on how the worlds between worlds will be used in the new trilogy by Disney and Lucasfilm for the brand new mythology. So, here's the thing about Disney and Lucasfilm embracing A-list actors. I know a lot of fans out there are going to have different takes on this, but I believe that this could very well draw in brand new fans that are currently not even interested in Star Wars. For example, if you got Gal Gadot involved with these new movies, you got Jennifer Connelly involved, you got Keanu Reeves involved, you're most certainly going to drag in the fans of those actors, and those fans of those actors are very well possibly going to become hardcore Star Wars fans that are very much enjoying the movies, either on a casual level or a hardcore level, whatever it may be. It's going to help Disney and Lucasfilm, and I can see as to why they would hire A-list stars. However, at the same exact time, hiring A-list stars just because isn't always the answer, right? So there has to be substance to these characters that's going to fit the use of using actors like Keanu Reeves, like Gal Gadot, or like Jennifer Connelly. That is actually why they should pursue these actors, not just because they're A-list stars, in my opinion at least. Though I am very excited that they are going to be pursuing A-list stars and throwing them into these new movies, it does spell a different era for Star Wars. It does spell that we are heading in a better direction. I think I really like the idea that they are going to be making the films more dark in theme and in tone, and how it's really going to be modeled after Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones and all, and how that's really going to unravel over the next couple of years until the new movies are released. Now, the last thing I do want to point out that's very important that a lot of fans need to know is that these new movies are going to be completely different from the sequel trilogy. They're not going to follow the overall structure of the sequel trilogy. It's going to have a different feel to it. It's going to have a more authentic tone of Star Wars, staying in line with the vision by creator George Lucas, and that's exactly what they want to actually chase. They want to include the vision of George Lucas in these new Star Wars movies to really make the fans very excited and very passionate moving forward. They want to regain the lost fans that walked away from the sequel trilogy, that had issues with episodes 8 and 9, right? The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. These two movies were essentially the cause of so many fans leaving Star Wars. So if they can really regain a lot of those fans, I think they really are on, the right path to success, to really bring Star Wars to the same level as the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So with that being said, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.